What's up, Rec Tech family? Watch this whole video and see if you can spot Rex. If you do, put in the comments section the timestamp that you see him and your favorite dish of the day, and you may win something.
Tell Joey not to dance.
Rec Tech lifestyle, cornbread, mixed free, crackling sausages. Rec Tech lifestyle. Rec Tech lifestyle. What's up, Rec Tech family? Chef Greg here with you today. We have a fantastic Funday Friday planned. Today is National Rhode Island Day, so if anybody's out there from Rhode Island, go ahead and drop a comment down. Tell us what you're cooking good this weekend. Hopefully the weather's nice, warm, sunny. It's getting a little cooler up there, maybe some fall temps. It's not fall down here. It was 90 degrees yesterday. It was hot. Today is also National Apple Betty Day, so we're going to be busting out a delicious Apple Betty. We'll be doing that on the bullseye in a cast iron skillet. It's going to be fantastic. You might see we have some co-hosts today, some very well-dressed co-hosts. So, ladies, if you could introduce yourselves.
What's going on, Rec Tech? My name is Rachel, and I am your videographer at Rec Tech.
Woo!
Rachel! I'm Madeline. Yeah.
What do you do here at Rec Tech? So for all of you contest winners, right, you have to email Madeline. So this is Madeline.
Madeline.
Woo!
I'm Olivia. I'm your social media coordinator.
Yay!
So we've got some great recipes. Last week, in case you missed out, you can check that out on YouTube. That was posted this Monday. We did some fantastic chicken lollipops. We did some maple brine smoked turkey legs, as well as that fresh broccoli, rice, cheese, and bacon casserole. That was on point. We had our Black Friday and Christmas announcement special. That was on Monday as well. So if you've missed out on that, go back a couple days and you can check that out on Facebook and Instagram. YouTube.
Yes. Wait, that's not YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah. Chris Eisen, you won the YouTube contest at 4325 was the correct answer. Congratulations.
Yay!
So if you are curious how you can win our YouTube contest, every week this episode of Funday Friday will be posted in its entirety on Monday. We're not going to tell you how to win now. You've got to watch that full video on Monday. You can see how to win, and we're giving out a flag today.
Yep.
Right? So, Chris, you want a flag? Go ahead and email Madeline,
Madeline.
Madeline, at rectechgrills.com. Go ahead and shoot her an email, and we'll send a competition flag out your way. And then every Tuesday, we have a Caption This contest. So this fantastic picture was taken featuring our sales manager, Matt Lane, and your Rec Tech Grills expert, Jody Flanagan. And Jody's feeling a little under the weather today, so let's go ahead and let's drop Jody some heart faces so he feels better. Some hearts and smiley faces. Let Jody feel better. Hearts and wows. All right, so what about the captions?
The winner is Jacob Adkins from Facebook.
Yeah, Jacob.
Jacob said, Jody and Matt walk onto a nude beach. Notice the difference between a man and a boy.
That is funny.
Matt Lane, we love you. He's over there on the phone. He's talking to people. He's also the proud owner of the fantastic Wow Face.
There's some good ones.
There were some good ones. There were some really good ones.
A lot of good ones.
So for today, like I said, we've got some great recipes. We're going to show you how to cook a whole pork loin. So this is a full pork loin that you might be able to find. That's going to be at Sam's Club, Costco, at Kroger, Publix, pretty much anywhere. We're going to use this piece of meat. We're going to get several meals off of this. So for those of you that like to do some meal planning, this is great ways. We'll show you how to do a sweet and sour pork stir fry. We're going to turn it into a pork brie and apple panini. Again, it's that regular roast pork. And then to wrap it up, you need dessert, right? Got to finish with dessert. So apples are in season right now. We've got some delicious Gala and Granny Smith apples. We're going to do a delicious apple Betty. We're going to bake that in the bullseye because we've got a lot of questions about the bullseye doing more controlled cooks. And just because it's not PID doesn't mean you can't have a delicious Apple Betty.
National Apple Betty Day.
National Apple Betty Day. So the pork loin here, there's a couple things that you need to know about when you're buying that full pork loin. So it's going to have a smaller fat cap on the top. That's completely fine. You can leave that. That's silver. Don't feel like you have to trim that out. It's not like the silver skin on beef where it's very fibrous and hard to chew through. And one thing you want to be careful of when you're looking at your piece of meat is you see this end here, you almost see that chain meat right here. This side of that pork loin is going to be more of that darker gray protein, so it's going to be a little fattier, whereas in the middle here it's going to be more of your lean meat. So we're going to season this up, like again, this is going to be a super simple recipe. We're going to season this up with our heifer dust, and this is going to be our salt, pepper, garlic. Great flavor there. We're going to be pretty liberal. And again, you can season this with absolutely anything that you like. The Colton's Freaking Greek does good. The honey rib rub does good. We're going heifer dust today. We're going to cook this at 325 degrees. We'll be using the RT700 bowl. We're going to stick a probe in that right in the middle. And when this hits 145 degrees, which is perfectly cooked per the USDA, we will pull it off, let it rest for about 20 minutes, and slice it up. And we're going to use this to make our sandwiches and our stir fry. And if you go on our app, we pulled some off earlier. Again, our set point was 325. Our actual was 325. Our probe was reading 145. And again, this was that graph. So I can screenshot this. Now I know this cook took me 80 minutes before. Should take me 80 minutes next time. But again, that internal temp is your key. And if you take a look at those pork loins over there, these are ones we took off just a little bit ago. They look fantastic. And even though we smoked at that higher temp, there is still a pretty good sized smoke ring. Because you're cooking with wood, people, it can't get any easier. So Rachel, speaking of easy,
What's going on, Greg?
what are we making today?
We're making an Apple Betty.
An Apple Betty.
An Apple Betty.
Apple Betty. So Rachel also makes delicious beef jerky. So if anybody needs a really great beef jerky recipe, I think Rachel's got her beef jerky.
Oh, it's at home. I
you
already.
brought it home already?
I cooked it last night.
She cut it up the other day. She got it marinating. It was fantastic. She actually makes better beef jerky than I do. So I'll own that one. I'll own that one. Ben said that the other day. So let's go ahead and get this cut up. So this recipe is really easy. We're going to take a couple of cheats. So the topping for an Apple Betty, there's no pie crust. It's basically kind of like a streusel topping, if you will. But to make it one step easier, we're going to be using granola. So ready-made granola already has a good bit of honey, oats, sugar, some good sweeteners in there. And they've got some with almonds, white chocolate, all sorts of stuff. So to make that topping, we got 2 sticks of butter. So this is going to be 8 ounces of butter. We've got a few ounces of brown sugar. About a teaspoon of cinnamon. About 3/4 cup of flour. There you go, humming the jingle.
I know. I got it stuck in my
And
head
all you
right
do
now.
is leave that butter at room temp for a few minutes and let it get soft, and you grab a fork. And you can use a pastry cutter, but a fork works just fine. And what you're trying to do is kind of mash that butter into like pea-size shapes. So Rachel, how are we going to keep these apples from turning brown?
Really good tip I learned from you actually is lemon juice or orange juice. I know earlier some type of citrus will always
Absolutely.
keep the apples from turning brown.
So if you want to prep this ahead of time, or if you want to put apples in lunchbox, a little squeeze of lemon, a little squirt of orange juice, lime juice does great. So there we have our orange juice. We're also going to take some cornstarch and cinnamon, and that cornstarch is going to help absorb the juice from the apples. And then since we added that orange juice in there, we really want to jazz up that citrus flavor. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab the orange, and we'll use the fine side of our zester, and we're going to get just a little bit of orange zest in there. So you bought that whole orange, use all of it, okay? So you'll add about a tablespoon of orange zest in there. And again, you can see this crust here is looking really good. And now we'll take that granola and we'll go ahead and mix that in there. And this is going to be the topping for our Apple Betty. Looking good? Oh, you're good. We'll also add just a touch of fresh maple syrup.
This is looking good.
Looking good. We'll go ahead and mix that up as best we can. And if it's easier, and this is a great way to get the kids in the kitchen, get them mixing it up. And it doesn't have to be perfect, because when we dump it in the cast iron skillet, it'll all mix together.
I can't wait for this.
Looking
This
good.
Tastes really good, actually. Because apples are in season right now. It's
I
fall.
love apples. You can go ahead and dump it in the skillet. I think we'll be in good shape. And you can do miniature versions of this. You can take this
Perfect.
and do it in mini muffin cups as well. So here's our topping. And again, it's got that granola, the sugar, the butter.
Looks really good. Is that all going on top?
It's all going on top. They're all moldable for you?
Yeah, thank you.
So again, you don't have to be a master chef or a REC TEC Grills expert to use your grill every day. And these are great ways that you can cook everything from breakfast, lunch, to dinner.
I like to
Isabel,
give
my
them-
5-year-old daughter, decided she wanted to make peach pies this past weekend, and she had a blast with that. Why? Because we're cooking on a REC TEC. She can go over there, push a button, turn it on, maintain temp. So here's our Apple Betty.
It's pretty easy.
When we come back, we will get this Apple Betty cooked off. We'll show you how to cook off our pork loin. And so you don't miss any of our shenanigans and debauchery, follow us on Twitter right now, and you can see Rex the Bull of all the behind-the-scenes stuff you don't want to miss out. We'll see you at the REC TEC.
Do do do
Do, do,
I'll dance with the pan.
do
REC TEC lifestyle.
do do
Do, pink hat lifestyle.
do do do
Do, REC TEC lifestyle.
Why are you wearing a pink hat?
Real men wear pink.
True.
So October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We have these fly pink visors available at rectechgrills.com. So if you want to support breast cancer awareness, rock out a pink visor. I did apply some sunscreen on the top of the top of the head, since you know my dome's a little
We all can't be blessed with gray
a
hair.
little bald. Yeah, you know, it takes a lot of work getting up in the morning to make sure this hair is that good. So we are back Funday Friday. We have our Rachel's delicious Apple Betty.
Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Well, I need to get this on the bullseye, you guys. I have it going at 325. We're gonna cook it for about an hour.
So if you look at this dial thermometer, we are between 325 and 350, which is right where we want to be.
Can you open that? Thank you, Greg.
That 12-inch cast iron skillet fits perfectly inside of that bullseye.
It'll be really good.
And if you are curious about where we are set on the dial, we are right at the third notch, which will be right about 340, 350 degrees.
Turn that off. That's we're done with the igniter.
Now, we are sitting right over the middle of that diffuser plate, so that cast iron skillet's going to get perfectly hot. Those apples are going to caramelize. That crust is going to melt. It's going to be, my favorite word, delicious. They all make fun of me for that. I can't say delicious. So,
It smells delicious.
so Madeline, what are we going to make?
Pork loin paninis.
So we showed you how to season that pork loin in the first segment. We've got our RT 700 bowl preheated to 325 degrees. Let's go ahead and get it on. So if you need extra support, that front shelf is great at holding sheet pans for ribs, briskets, pork loins. Put it right in the middle. And we'll use that Y-pellet Wi-Fi controller and that platinum tipped probe. And if you look, Madeline did a great job at getting that probe right in the center of the thickest part of that meat. So if we look at our controller, that should be registering probably right about room temp. This piece of meat was out, so it should probably get down to about 70-ish or so degrees. And since we cooked one earlier, if I look at my phone here, and I go back into my photos, I screenshotted that. We put in at 325, and it hit 145 degrees in 80 minutes. So now I know that this pork loin should take about 80 minutes. So if you're curious, if you've got great cooks, screenshot your graphs on your app, and that way you know exactly how long it's going to take. We'll give a shout out to Cole. Cole's birthday will be
7th.
on the 7th. So he's busy moving grills around. It's going to be great. So we got this pork loin. We'll go ahead and get this sliced up nice and thin. And we've got some Tolero rolls. We picked these up at Kroger. These are great thinner rolls. They got a good chew to them. We'll actually smear a little butter on the outside. And we got a trick to replicate a great panini. But go ahead and slice up. Show them how you slice up that pork, Madeline. So this is going to be on that leaner side of that pork loin. Again, earlier we talked about that you have more of a dark meat side and a light meat side. This is going to be very lean, delicious. This is great cold as well. You can slice this up for cold cut sandwiches. It's going to be fantastic. There you go. So we're going to make a spread. So we're going to take a little bit of light mayonnaise. We'll go ahead and put in some light mayo and some honey mustard. And you can take mustard and add your own honey, but we're going to make it a little easier on ourselves. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we will give a schmear on our Tolero rolls. Give this to you. Go ahead and give a nice schmear on the bread. And what we'll do is we've also got some brie cheese. Now what's really cool about brie cheese is obviously you see this rind on the outside, which can be a little bit bitter. But this is a really nice triple cream brie. So this is going to melt and be ooey, gooey, delicious. And this is going to be great to counteract the sweetness of our apples. And a good trick when trying to cut brie is stick it in the freezer for about 5-10 minutes before you cut it. And that way you'll get nice, even slices. Otherwise it gets, especially the triple cream brie, it gets really soft. And if you don't like mustard or honey or mayonnaise on your sandwich, you can use a chutney, a peach relish, a fruit relish. You could even use your favorite like fruit preserves or strawberry spread. You want to get the bottoms of those? Sure. And again, I like a good bit of brie. One more piece.
Madeline, what's your favorite thing to cook?
Well, I do bake in my Rec Tech a lot, which people don't know you can do that, but I bake cakes and brownies. I did it here at the office a couple weeks ago. Super easy. Don't even use the oven at all. Don't even know what an oven is anymore.
Yeah, those brownies were really good. They were like super soft and sweet in the middle. They weren't overcooked. We almost had a hard time getting them out of the pan because we were too impatient to let them cool off. So we'll slice some apple up. You want to put some pork on top of there? And again, you can do this the day before, ahead of time.
That looks good.
What's up, Bo?
What's happening, fellas?
This is the special edition of Funday Friday.
Hey, Rec Tech family.
You're wearing the wrong color to, you gotta be pink.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
So, Madeline, how are we going to cook these today?
We are going to use our grill grate searing kit. We're going to use the flat side. So, already in the grill, heating up.
So when we finish these up, go ahead and
Gotta
make sure.
smush them.
Yep. Make sure you get a top and a bottom. So as this melts, that brie cheese is going to melt all over the top of that. It's going to be fantastic. So one more thing we have to do to make sure these are a delicious panini is we got to put some butter on them.
Like butter.
So we're going to go ahead and smear some butter on the tops of these. So when we hit that with the bottom of that sear kit, it's going to get crusty, delicious, toasted, amazing. And if you're in the market for a Rec Tech, don't wait. Stampedes are back in stock. If you want to get a Christmas gift, a holiday gift for your loved one, order now. We have big warehouse. We can keep it for you. We can ship it a couple weeks before Christmas. We can ship it to a storage area, a neighbor's house.
Saying we will hold the grill for you
We will hold the grill for you.
at no additional cost?
Nope, no additional cost.
Wowzers!
So, Ray came on Monday, and, I know I talked to him after Christmas last year, and he was upset that some people couldn't get Rec Techs for Christmas because we were on back order. Not this year. Why? Because you can get it now. You can get it now. So back over this pork loin real quick. We'll go back. We'll get these on the sear kit in a second. So we talked about our stir fry and more of that dark meat. So what you can do is, if you look, you can kind of see the texture of this is a little less lean than the other side. We're going to cube more of this end up for our stir fry. We're going to cook that in the Matador. We've got a bunch of delicious vegetables, and Olivia's favorite food is Chinese food, so she's going to rock out that stir fry. We want to go ahead and get these on?
Yeah.
So Madeline's got her great, show them your great gloves.
They're pretty
So-
large, but
If you don't want to burn yourself, these great gloves are fantastic. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift this up. Let me grab these other two. And Madeline is the panini press. So what she's going to do is she's going to give that a good squish. We'll go ahead and close this up. We will let that go for about 15 minutes at 325 degrees. And again, we're not at 600 degrees. We're not going to burn those sandwiches. They're going to be perfectly golden brown. It's going to heat that pork up. It's going to melt that brie cheese. It's going to put a delicious crust on top of that Tolero roll. It's going to be fantastic. Black Friday bundle deals you don't want to miss. We're doing Black Friday this year. We're not doing bundles on grills, but all of those accessories you guys want, spices, racks, pellets, accessories, all of that stuff. Look out this year, Black Friday. You don't want to miss it. 12 a.m. to 12 what does that
It's
say?
all day. 24
It's all day, 24 hours. I'm like, I can't read that far. But again, it's Funday Friday. We have our guest chefs with us today. I'm not doing any of the cooking. Why? Because the ladies of Rec Tec are cooking their food. They're cooking the things that they want to make. Why? Because they're living the Rec Tec lifestyle too. And we're living the Rec Tec lifestyle today wearing pink in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We want to give a special Rec Tec shout out to Ginny Marshall, Country Club's mom. So keep up the good fight.
Hey, Mom. Love you.
And we're going to keep living the Rec Tec lifestyle. We got our paninis on. We have our pork loin on. We have the apple Betty on. Let's take a look. So that's reading 104 degrees at 325 degrees set point. We've got our paninis on the RT590 Stampede back in stock at rectechgrills.com. $8.99 to your door. We've got Rachel's Apple Betty in the bullseye.
Well, it's already starting to look good, you
It's already
guys.
starting to look delicious. We will be back at 12:30, so set your notifications, don't miss out. And so you don't miss any of the shenanigans going on, make sure when we get off of here, go on Twitter. You can see what Rex the Bull's got going on, all that behind the scenes action. We'll be live again at 12:30. We'll see you at the Rec Tec.
Do 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 do.
Rec Tec lifestyle.
Do do do.
Taking a video.
Dun dun dun.
They're ridiculous.
Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun.
And we're back! Funday Friday. We have a great show going on. We have guest chefs with us all day today. The ladies of Rec Tec are cooking up some delicious food featuring that fantastic Smithfield boneless pork loin. We showed you how to roast a whole pork loin. We're turning that into delicious pork and apple and brie paninis and some ginger stir fry, sweet and sour pork. But let's go ahead. I think our paninis are about done. So Matt, let's go take a look. And shout out to those folks at Grill Grates for these awesome great gloves. These are fantastic gloves, not just great gloves. High temp gloves if you want to. Look how good these are. I'm going to lift this Grill Grate off.
Oh my goodies. Can't do it. The cheese is
You're
stuck.
in the groove of the Grill Grate. There you go.
Am I?
Yep, a little
Oh
bit.
wow. Stabbed it. That one's got some stuff. Let's go with
There you
the
go.
other one.
Today.
Craig steps in.
There we go.
Okay. See?
There you go.
Ooh, that
2 more.
cheese.
Barbecue Queen checking in. John Oakes, what's up, buddy?
So when you're lifting your paninis off, the cool thing about the grate tool is it actually gets in the grooves, and it's very easy to get that in the actual hole of the grill grate. But look at those paninis. They are perfectly crisp. Listen to this.
Ooh.
On the top and the bottom. Look at that.
And that butter, was that what did that for you, Greg?
Yeah, man. So check this out. We will actually cut one. Just listen. Oop. So that right there is going to be delicious.
Smells delicious.
Pork, apple, and brie.
I like armpits.
Fantastic. So Olivia, what are you making today?
Making pork stir fry.
Pork stir fry. So what are we cooking on today?
Cooking on the Matador at high heat. We have lots of vegetables and a pre-made mix. And I'm a full-time student and I also have a full-time job, so when I'm cooking dinner I need it to be quick and easy and not long and stressful. So I buy prepackaged vegetables a lot, and there's nothing wrong with that in stir fry.
And this mix was actually a teriyaki stir fry blend. So in addition to the kale that's in here, the Brussels sprouts, the broccoli, the snow peas that Matt Acosta did or did not eat all out of here, it actually had a packet of teriyaki sauce along with some lo mein noodles and almonds. So we're making the stir fry sauce, our sweet and sour sauce from scratch. But if you didn't want to go through that step, that's cool. Live your Rec Tech lifestyle. This already has that in that pack. So we can do this. Let's go ahead and get the Matador lit.
Okay. So oil first?
Yep. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the oil now, because what happens is the Matador cooks really fast, right? It heats up really quick. You don't want to get it hot and then add your oil in there, because what could happen, that oil could ignite and get a flare up. So this way,
So you put the oil before you light the Matador?
yes, that's the way I live my Rec Tech lifestyle. Okay, because then I can look at that oil, and once it gets that shimmer to it, it's hot. I'm gonna add my pork and get going. So let's go ahead and light that up on high heat. This is a 20,000 BTU burner. Super easy to use. You don't need a bigger burner for this, right? So this is not a deep fryer. This is not a pasta cooker, but this will do everything and more. So as that's heating up, we'll give that about 30 seconds. How are we gonna make our sweet and sour sauce?
All right, so we have equal parts sugar, rice wine vinegar, and ketchup, and we used a cup of each today.
And we're not using just any ketchup today. We are using the Family Table Gourmet Ketchup. Why? Because it's delicious. It's the best gosh darn ketchup out there, okay?
Sugar, and then
And don't worry about the sugar won't all dissolve, but when it hits the hot heat, it will. And go ahead and mix that up real quick.
okay.
And if you look, this is kind of like obnoxiously red. To tone down that really fake looking red color, we'll add a little bit of soy sauce. And that'll help give it more of a nice uniform color when that gets cooked. Now if I look at that oil there, I can tell there's a nice shimmer off of that oil.
Okay. So in goes.
Let's go ahead and add our pork. And be careful when you're adding things to oil, don't put them towards you. Always add ingredients away from you.
Okay. Woo! Almost got it.
And we want to develop, now this pork is already cooked. This is a great way. This can be cold, the next day. Slice it up when it's warm. And what we'll do is we're going to let this sear and get a good crust. Now we seasoned this before with that heifer dust. We've got some great salt, pepper, garlic in there. We're going to put a little Jody Asian persuasion. We're going to bring a little heat to this dish.
Alright.
Oh my God, that smells so good. So again, you don't have to be a master chef. You don't have to be a Rec Tech Grills expert. Anybody can make delicious food. College students, anybody. Doesn't get any easier. So once you get some nice color to that pork, let's go ahead and add our ginger.
What are you adding?
Ginger!
Now, when we were prepping this earlier, Olivia said she does not like celery, but she likes zucchini and bell pepper. So Olivia learned something really cool about a bell pepper this morning. You want to share that with us? I'll stir this for you.
Okay. I learned that there are male and female peppers, and the males have 3 on the bottom.
Three bumps. Three bumps. So this is important.
Lobes.
Have you ever cut into a pepper?
Is it bumps or lobes?
I don't know. It's a bell pepper.
Bumps or lobes?
caught me
Bumps,
trying
bumps, 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 bumps.
So have you ever cut into a pepper and it was full of seeds? It's more than likely a girl
female.
pepper, right? So if you want less seeds, and also too, if you're looking at hot peppers, the female varieties of hot peppers are a lot spicier than the male varieties. Why? Because girls are hot, right? So if you want a less spicy pepper, get a male variety. They'll have less seeds and they won't be as spicy.
Huh.
Now let's go ahead and get that bell pepper sliced up.
Tip.
All right, so right here, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And if you leave those seeds attached to that core, it'll help keep those seeds away from everything else. So go ahead and slice it up. You're good.
Good with this? Done with this?
Yeah, we can get some more outfits. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and get that pepper cut up, add it in here, and we'll add in our vegetables.
Not very fast.
Look at these knife skills. So Olivia dominated cutting up a chicken the other week. She helps prep a good bit. But look at this pork now. Look at this color. So the bottom of this pan, it's not burnt. It's what the French called fond, F-O-N-D. That's all of that flavor on the bottom of that grill. When we add our sauce, it's going to release all of that flavor, and this is going to be just dynamite.
All right, peppers are ready.
All right, you want to go ahead and get the peppers and veg in here?
Okay.
And again, you eat with your eyes, so make sure stuff's colorful. If you don't like it, don't add it.
I heard a rumor that the REC TEC Matador is only $1.99.
That is not a rumor, Jordan. That is true.
What? Oh my God! Now, I also heard that they ship for free. Is that true as well, or is that just a rumor?
That is not rumor, Jordan. That is true.
I'm done. I'm out of here.
So the Matador... Run, Forrest, run! So the Matador also features a built-in windscreen. It has an adapter hose that you can hook the larger tanks as well as the smaller tanks. And the beauty of stir frying, it's always quick. I like my vegetables with a good bit of crunch to it. So we want to soften these vegetables just a little bit. And you can see the greens getting greener, the carrots are starting to get some good color to them. I think we're ready for the sauce.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and sauce this up. Cool. Go for it. So this is that sugar, vinegar, ketchup. And at this point, we'll turn that heat down. And Olivia, keep stirring until it gets all glazy and coated in sauce. And just because it's that good, let's just make it rain some more Asian persuasion. That's sriracha powder, soy granules. That's delicious stuff. Available at rectechgrills.com.
Is there any ginger in there?
There is. It's good.
Okay. What? Oh,
So if you
sorry.
look, our sauce is thickening up.
I want that.
Everything's nice glazed. Tastes good. That sauce will reduce.
Smells like
and
soy sauce.
it will coat and glaze all of our vegetables and pork. Oh yeah, that looks amazing. That looks really good. So we'll cook that for another 2 to 3 more minutes. Let's check out that pork loin that we got on the RT 700 bowl. So we'll look, our set point is still 325. Our actual is reading 149. So if we open this up, that pork loin is right about done. So we'll get that pulled off in the intermission. Check out that apple Betty on the bullseye here. That apple Betty's looking good. Those apples are starting to caramelize. That crust is starting to melt and get all delicious. We got a little gooey gooey action in the mat. That's Rachel's apple Betty. And then we've got the ginger stir fry right here. Olivia rocking it out.
Gingering it up.
But again, look at that. It looks amazing. What's up, Bo?
Yum, it smells so good.
Okay, just for this guy. So, if you order your grill now, this guy right here
better hurry,
will
'cause it's
house
Friday.
that grill in his warehouse. We'll keep it until Christmas.
Yeah,
We'll
I
ship
will.
it 2 weeks before. We'll put it at a neighbor's house, a storage facility. You got Bud Light there, Bo?
No, this is ice water.
It's Funday Friday.
I know.
All right, so grab a bite. You grab out of the sandwich, just for you, David Wright.
All right, here we go. What is this exactly?
So this is that brie cheese, that apple, that pork.
Not too shabby.
That's a good sandwich right there. So those guys in the warehouse, they work their tails off so everybody can get their grills each and every day. Anybody from Rhode Island out there? Anybody? Nobody from Rhode Island? Nobody from Rhode Island? All right, guys. We will be back live at 1 o'clock? 1:30? 1 o'clock. We'll be tasting our stir fry. The rest of us will be tasting the paninis.
It is good.
We'll be tasting
It
our
is
pork
good.
loin.
Very
And we'll
good.
be tasting the apple Betty because it's delicious, guys.
Smells so good.
I want to thank all my guest chefs for helping out today. I want to give a shout out to Jody Flanagan out there. Hope you're feeling better, buddy.
We miss
Electrolytes, Gatorade, Pedialyte, ice water,
Chicken noodle soup.
Broccoli.
Sit on the side.
From the special Charlie's Angels edition of Funday Friday, we'll see you at the Rec Tech.
Do 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 Rec Tech lifestyle. Do do thing.
Jody.
Rec Tech lifestyle.
Are we gonna go forever?
Do
Rec Tech lifestyle.
Well, good night. What's up, buddy?
Welcome back, everybody. This Funday Friday has been so much fun. I want to give a special thanks to our guest chefs for making all this delicious food. I don't feel like I did very much other than just sit back and watch how easy it was. But this was the pork loin that we cooked in segment 2. We'll go ahead and slice it up. This took about 75 minutes. That pork loin is nice and juicy.
Give it a squeeze. That's what they do on the internet.
I don't like squeezing the meat like that.
It squeezes it all out.
Yeah, I mean, like, we want to keep the meat in the meat. Keep the juice in the meat. So again, if you're doing dinner, you can go ahead and slice this up into steaks. This is how we cut it up for that stir fry. And again, that big piece of meat, it only cost us, I want to say it was $16 at the grocery store. So, and we seasoned this up with heifer dust. It couldn't be any easier. We put it on the grill 325 until our Y-Pelt Wi-Fi controller told us it was 145 degrees, which the USDA says is perfectly cooked. So, ladies, you want to try a piece of pork?
Yes, I do.
Cheers our pork.
Here's our pork.
Get another piece.
That's juicy.
Tender, flavorful.
I'll try my panini.
What you think?
It's tender. It's juicy. That's the big thing about pork. I want it to be juicy, not dried out.
Absolutely.
So, Smithfield hooked us up with these awesome boneless pork loins. These are prime pork. They're fantastic. So if you're cooking dry pork out there, make sure when you go to the grocery store, look for that Smithfield label. It's better pork. I'm just telling you like it is. So these paninis. Now David Wright ate the other half of this. He said it was really. He's like, man, that good panini, Bo.
It's my turn to eat it. Here, Bo.
He's like, that panini delicious.
Calm down.
So you can see we've got our cheese, our pork, our apple. Look at all that moisture, deliciousness, that honey mustard. Ladies, David, I got a sandwich for you. Come on, Bo.
I love you.
I'm already married, but I love you too, David.
It smells so good.
But
Gotta wait on.
you can put like
Rachel already tried it.
sorry.
apple butter on here
I
too. Would be
couldn't
really
stop.
good. So, ladies, cheers. 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 Cheers.
It's so good.
This is a great appetizer too if you have a ladies' night at the house.
Or man night.
Yum.
Man.
Oh, again?
That honey mustard is delicious.
No, that brie cheese. It's so good.
I guess some girls don't want to eat on camera, but
Okay.
Olivia, recap your stir fry.
I have
You
food in my
can't
mouth.
recap.
I got it. Jody, start it off.
Okay. So we took our pork loin, leftover pork loin. We sliced it up. We turned that matador on high. A little bit of olive oil, got it good and crispy. We hit it with some Jody's Asian Persuasion. We took a cheat. We bought a stir fry mix at the grocery store. So it had broccoli, it had snow peas, carrots. We added some bell pepper. It's got some cabbage in there. We made our own stir fry sauce, our sweet and sour sauce with ketchup, rice wine vinegar, sugar, soy sauce. And you'll never get takeout again. You'll make it. So Olivia, you killed this.
Cheers
in a good way.
to
Awesome.
gingers and stir fry.
Gingers and stir fry. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So good.
Thank you.
Leftovers don't have to be boring. They don't have to be complicated. All the food we cooked here today was super simple, super easy, all from one pork loin.
I don't think it would have been as easy if it wasn't on Rec Tech. Honestly.
We cooked it perfect the first time. Why? Because you're cooking on a REC TEC. That white pellet Wi-Fi controller, 325 degrees for 80 minutes, perfectly 145 degrees on the inside. It's delicious. Now dessert.
Dessert.
Pass them down.
So in reality, you probably want to let this rest for a good 30-45 minutes. This is some frenulum burning stuff in here, okay? So if we look, we've got some nice juice on the side of the pan. Those apples have kind of melted. Look at that. We need some light in here. Where's my light?
Just look at it.
That cornstarch has kind of tightened that up.
Would you just look at it?
I don't want to look at it. I want to eat it.
light.
Oh, there you go. See, it's nice and moist.
I'm gonna go for that.
That combination of those Gala apples and that Granny Smith apples, you got a nice sweet tart combination.
Oh gosh.
That sugar, that cinnamon, the
Give me a
granola
good bite.
on the top of that.
Don't burn your mouth.
Oh no, it's too hot. We can't do this. It's gonna burn everything.
Do it.
Madeline!
Do it. Do it.
It's hot, isn't it? Admit it. Oh my god! I'll smell it for now
That's really good.
because I feel like it's super hot.
So I like the texture that the apple. That's really hot. So I like the texture that the apple skins have in my cobblers. So I leave them on. If you don't like them, cut them off. It's up to you. But we had 3 amazing recipes come off of 1 piece of meat. We cooked it all at the same time. So again, you can cook this on Sunday when you got lots of time. There's your dinner for Monday, dinner for Tuesday. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram for Mail Monday. If you've got any cool stuff you want to send us, go ahead and address it to Jody Flanagan at 2004 Westside Drive, Augusta, Georgia 30909. 30907 rather. We'd love to see what you guys send us, spices, rubs, all sorts of fun stuff. We want to give a congratulations to all of our contest winners today. Make sure you email Madeline, Madeline, at rectechgrills.com. Every Tuesday, we release the Caption This contest. So make sure, give us your best efforts. The picture today was great. We got good ones each and every week because all of our media maniacs are running around here all week capturing all of that behind-the-scenes shenanigans and lovely stuff. Next Funday Friday, we will be on location at Wildwood Park in Appling, Georgia. We will be at the International Disc Golf Center. We are hosting the Hall of Fame Classic at Wildwood Park. So all those disc golf fans will be on location for that. So I'll go to the grocery store on Wednesday. Every week on Tuesday, we release our blogs on the website. So make sure you subscribe to our email newsletters so you don't miss any exciting action. And those of you who saw that great email blast about the Grill Grates, that was a fantastic promotion that was going out. We love our friends over at Grill Grates. And then every week, we release recipes on Reddit. We've got great smoking conversation around recipes, grills, equipment, pellets, all sorts of fun stuff on Reddit. So make sure you read it because we put it on Reddit and it's a blast.
Do you read it?
I read it every week. You have to read it on Reddit. There's no other way to do it other than read it because it doesn't tell it to you. Because it's not talk about it, it's read it. It's Reddit.
Where?
All right, so this month of October, we want to give a shout out to all of our breast cancer survivors. We're wearing pink. I've got this fantastic visor. We're thinking of you guys. If you're out there fighting the good fight, keep it up.
Where can they get that hat?
RecTechGirls.com. We'll give another shout out to Country Club's mom, Jenny. You're awesome. Hearts and wow faces. We'll see you guys at the Rec Tech.
Do do do. Do do do. Do do do.
Bye.
Greg's out.
Hi, Greg. We got this.
Some more.
That was yours.
Hungry hippo. Do do do.